Good morning students, welcome back. Today we are going to start class 11th physics chapter 4 two-dimensional motion or motion in a plane. So let's start chapter 4 class 11th physics motion in a plane. It is also called two-dimensional motion in a plane or two-dimensional motion. So before starting the chapter we should know what is vector and scalar quantities. So our first topic is vector and scalar quantity. Scalar and vector quantity. So first of all we are going to start scalar quantity. So what is the need of scalar and vector? What is scalar and vector? So scalar quantity are the quantity which have mass only. It does not have direction. It does not have any direction. It has mass only. It does not have direction. It does not need to direction. So this is called scalar quantity. So definition is scalar quantity are those physical quantity which have magnitude only, which have magnitude only. Example, if we say mass of book, mass is scalar quantity, speed scalar quantity, distance scalar quantity. We can understand with an example. If we say mass of book is 4 kg, if we say mass of a book is 4 kg, so this is complete sentence. This sentence is complete because mass does not require direction to show. This is complete sentence, so it does not need direction, so it is called scalar quantity. Whereas vector quantity, for that topic, vector quantities are the quantities, vector quantities are those physical quantities which have magnitude as well as direction, both. So vector quantities are those physical quantities which have magnitude. Magnitude means if a book has mass 4 kg, so 4 is its magnitude. So vector have magnitude as well as direction both. So example, we can take an example. If a car is moving with a velocity of 40 km per hour, if a car is with a speed of 40 km per hour, this sentence is incomplete because we have to indicate the direction in which direction car is moving. We have to indicate the direction that in which direction car is moving. So this sentence is complete. When direction is required to complete the sentence, then the physical quantity is called vector quantity. Example, velocity, displacement, acceleration, etc. So vector quantities are the quantities which have direction and magnitude both, whereas scalar have only magnitude, it does not have any direction. Now we can understand vector and scalar quantity by their difference. So we are going to start difference between scalar and vector quantity. Difference between scalar and vector quantities. Now our next topic is differences between scalar and vector physical quantities. So we have to write scalar in one column and vector in another column. First is scalar quantities are those physical quantities having magnitude only. Scalar quantity have magnitude only but no direction. Whereas vector quantities having both magnitude and direction. This physical quantity can be added, subtracted, multiplied and divided by law of algebra. This scalar quantity can be directly multiplied, divided, subtracted, added by law of algebra. But this physical quantity cannot be added, subtracted, multiplied and divided by law of algebra. They follow the vector law of algebra. This cannot be directly multiplied, divided. They follow the vector law of algebra. Third is scalar are represented by ordinary English alphabet. It is simple, represented by ordinary English alphabet. For example, potential is denoted by V. So potential is denoted by V. So we can write potential V. But vector are represented by arrow over English alphabet. If we have to represent force, so we can write force F, because this is vector quantity. So this is represented by this arrow over the English alphabet. If acceleration is A, denoted by A. So acceleration is represented by A and arrow over the English alphabet. If we represent velocity, this is velocity. We have to write this velocity, because velocity is vector quantity. So vector is represented by arrow over the English alphabet. Example: mass, distance, volume, density. These are the example of vector scalar quantity. Displacement, velocity, force, acceleration, they are the example of vector. So difference between scalar and vector is important topic. Now we will start some definition related to vector. So our next topic, some definitions related to vector. Now our next topic is some definition in vector algebra. So first definition is equal vector, or it is also called the equality of vector. So first is equal vector. If we consider two vector, this vector PQ, this is the vector PQ and this is the vector RS. If we consider two vector PQ and RS, two vector, both are going in the same direction and both the magnitude of the both vector are equal, then this is called the vector R equal vector, yeah, equality of vector. So vector A is equal to vector V. This is called the equal vector or equality of vector. This vector PQ is equal to QR. The condition for equality of vector: first condition, their magnitude must be same. The magnitude must be equal. Second, they must be parallel. Both vector R should be parallel. Third, they must be acting in the same direction. If they are going in this direction and this is in this direction, so this is not equal vector. Both are going in the same direction, then this is called parallel, so equal vector. Now second, negative vector or opposite vector. If magnitude of both vector are same, though both are parallel, but direction is different. This is going in upward direction, this is going in downward direction. So magnitude are equal, both are parallel, but direction is different. So direction is different, so this is called the opposite vector, equal and opposite vector. So this vector PQ and RS is opposite vector, so PQ is equal to minus RL. Both are equal but direction is opposite. This vector A is equal to vector B, but direction is opposite, so minus will be come. Now third vector is co-initial vector. So co-initial vector, all the vectors having common initial point. If all the vectors having common initial point, this is initial point, and three vectors having common initial point are called co-initial vector. So definition: the vectors having common initial point are known as co-initial vector. This is the example of co-initial vector because all three vectors having common initial point. And for co-terminal vector, the vectors having common terminal point. In co-initial vector having common initial point and co-terminal vector having common terminal point are called co-terminal point. This is the example of co-terminal vector. Co-terminal vector. This is the vector. This is the vector. This is the vector A, B, C having all terminal point. Initial point is different, but terminating point is same. So this is called co-terminal vector. Now fifth is null vector. You can write now fifth vector is unit vector or null vector. So null vector, or we can say zero vector. If the magnitude of the vector is zero, if the magnitude of the vector is zero, then the vector is called a null vector. The vector whose magnitude is zero is called null vector or zero vector. So in zero vector or null vector, the magnitude of the vector is zero. Sixth is unit vector. Unit vector is an important vector. It is the type of important vector. A vector whose magnitude is unity. A vector whose magnitude is 1, whose magnitude is unity, is called unit vector. Unit vector, the magnitude of the vector is unity or 1, is called unit vector. It is represented by a cap. This is the sign of cap. So unit vector is equal to given vector divided by modulus of the vector. So it is represented by a cap. This is the symbol of cap. So unit vector is equal to given vector divided by the modulus of the vector. So unit vector is the vector whose magnitude is 1, whose magnitude is unity, is called unit vector. Seventh is coplanar vector. So the vectors lying on same plane are called coplanar vector. The vectors whose lying on same plane, the condition is there, whose lying on same plane are called coplanar vector. Last is collinear vector. The vectors whose are acted in the same direction, or you can say in same line, are called collinear vector. The vectors whose are the vector which are acted in the same direction is called collinear vector. So this is the types of vector. Now we will start parallelogram law of vector addition. You can write now we have to derive the formula of parallelogram law of vector addition. It is one of the most important topic, parallelogram law of vector addition. So let's start parallelogram law of vector addition, parallelogram law of vector addition, in which we have to consider a parallelogram. This is the parallelogram, and we notate the opposite side of the parallelogram are equal. We notate this side are equal and this side are also equal. This is O, this is point P, this is point Q, and R. If we consider this vector as vector A, so this is also vector A because both are acted in the same direction and both are in the same magnitude. If this is vector B, so this is also vector B because both vectors are acted in the same direction and magnitude of both vector are same. Now we have to apply Pythagoras theorem so that we can solve the parallelogram of vector addition. In this formula, we have to write the formula of resultant vector. This is the resultant vector, and resultant is denoted by vector r. Resultant is denoted by r, and formula of resultant vector r is equal to under root a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. This is the formula of resultant vector in parallelogram of vector addition. How this formula becomes? We have to derive the formula. So we are considering a right angle triangle. This is T point and this is the 90 degree. This is T point and this is the 90 degree, and this is angle theta. Now we can apply Pythagoras theorem in parallelogram in triangle OTQ. So in triangle OTQ, apply Pythagoras theorem. Apply Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. We know that Pythagoras theorem is hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. This is hypotenuse. This is Pythagoras theorem. So in triangle OTQ, this is our hypotenuse. OQ is our hypotenuse. So OQ square base. OT is base. So OT square plus perpendicular. TQ is perpendicular. So this is Pythagoras theorem. OQ square. So OQ is represented by vector r. So this is vector r square. OT we can write OP plus PT. So OT we can write OT plus TP. OP plus PT whole square and TQ whole square. This is equation number first. Now we have to calculate value of PT and QT. So we can also apply trigonometry in this triangle PTQ. So in triangle PTQ, apply trigonometry sin theta. We know that sin theta is equal to perpendicular divided by hypotenuse. Sin theta is equal to perpendicular divided by hypotenuse. So sin theta is divided by perpendicular. Perpendicular is TQ and hypotenuse is PQ. So we can calculate the value of PQ. This PQ multiplied by sin theta. So PQ multiplied by sin theta and equal to TQ. This is TQ. So value of PQ is B. So B sin theta equal to TQ. We have to keep this value. We will use to put in equation number first. Now we have to again calculate the value of TQ. We have to calculate. Now we have to calculate PT. So again we are using trigonometry. Cos theta equal to base upon hypotenuse. So cos theta is equal to base upon hypotenuse. So base is PT and hypotenuse is PQ. Again this PQ multiplied by cos theta Now we can calculate PT. So PQ, the value of PQ is vector B. So cos theta equal to PT. This is one of the most important value we have to put in equation number first. So put the value of PT and TQ. Put the value of PT and TQ in equation first. And we know that what is equation first? Vector R, resultant vector R equal to OP plus PT whole square plus TQ whole square. So resultant vector R equal to OP. The value of O to P is vector A. This is vector A. So vector A plus PT. We have calculated value of PT. So PT B cos theta. B cos theta plus TQ. We have calculated TQ. TQ is B sin theta. Now this is vector R equal to A plus B का whole square. We can use the formula A plus B का whole square. So formula of A plus B whole square, A square plus B square. So B, the place of B cos theta. B square cos square plus 2AB. 2 into A into B. So B cos theta. Plus we can remove this bracket now. B sin theta square. So B square sin square. This B square sin square. Now we can write B square, this B square close to each other. So vector R equal to A square plus B square cos square theta plus B square sin square theta plus 2AB cos theta, 2AB cos theta. Now we can take common B square. So resultant vector A square plus we can take common B square. So remaining is B square plus sin cos square plus sin square. Cos square plus sin square and 2AB cos theta. Now resultant R square equal to A square plus B square, and we know that sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. We already know it is the identity of trigonometry. Sin square theta plus cos square theta 1. So this is becomes 1. So remaining is 2AB cos theta. 2AB cos theta. When we remove this square, it becomes under root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta, and this is the formula A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. This is the formula of parallelogram law of vector addition. This is the formula of parallelogram law of vector addition. This is the derivation of parallelogram law of vector addition. How this formula becomes? This becomes with the help of trigonometry and Pythagoras theorem. So parallelogram law of vector addition is important topic. You can write all the theory and derivation. This is the derivation. Derivation means how the formula come. So you can write now. To understand the parallelogram law of vector addition, we are taking an example. So question is two equal vectors having their resultant equal in magnitude, then find the angle between them. So two vectors two vectors. Suppose there is vector A and vector B, two vectors having their resultants in equal magnitude. So this vector equal to their resultant, and resultant is also equal to resultant. Now we have to calculate angle. Angle is denoted by theta. So now formula is r square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. This is the formula. When we remove square, this becomes under root, so we are not using root of the formula. So resultant square r square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. So resultant r square a is also equal to resultant square, so b is also equal to resultant square plus 2ab. A is equal to r, b is equal to r and cos theta. This r square may be cancelled, so 0 is equal to r square plus 2 r into r becomes r square cos theta. This r square goes right LHS side, so becomes minus r square and 2 r square cos theta. So now r square is divided by r square equal to cos theta. Now this r square may be cancelled, so becomes minus 1 is equal to this 2 is as it is 2 cos theta. So this minus 1 divided by 2 cos theta, and we know that what is the value of minus 1 by 2. It is minus 1 by 2 is the value of cos 120 degree. So equal to cos theta as it is, or minus 1 by 2 is the value of cos 120 degree. So this cos may be cancelled. So theta is equal to 120 degree. So angle theta is equal to 120 degree. So this is the practical use of vector in the form of resultant vector. Here two equal vectors having their resultant equal in magnitude. So vector A is equal to r, b is equal to r, and resultant equal to r. So we have to calculate angle. We can use angle with the help of this formula. This is the formula of we have to calculate resultant. Now you can write for better understanding. We are taking another example. So question is two forces of 5 Newton and 12 Newton are acting at a point. If their resultant is 30 Newton, then find the angle between them. Again we have to calculate the angle. So two forces of 5 Newton. First force is 5 Newton and second force vector B is 5 Newton, 12 Newton. We know that force is a vector quantity, so we are taking vector, and resultant is 30 Newton, and we have to calculate angle. Now again we can use the formula. Formula is resultant square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Here given resultant is 30 Newton, so 30 square, vector A is 5 Newton, so 5 square, vector B is 12 Newton, so 12 square, 2 into A into B. Vector A is 5 Newton, B is 12 Newton, so 5 into 12 into cos theta. Square of 13 is 169, square is 5 is 25, and square is 12 is 144, plus 2 5s are 10, 2 5s are 10, or 10 12s are 120. So 120 cos theta. So 169 is equal to 25 plus 144. Again it is 169. plus 120 cos theta. So this 120 69 will be cancelled, so 0 is equal to 120 cos theta. So this 0 is divided by 120 is equal to cos theta. So 0 over 120 is 0 cos theta, and 0 is cos 90 value. Cos 90 value is 0. So this cos may be cancelled, so theta is 90 degree. It means both the vectors are perpendicular to each other. Both the vectors are perpendicular to each other. For example, this is vector A, this is 5 Newton, and this is vector B, this is 12 Newton. So they are resultant in 13 Newton. So both the vectors are perpendicular to each other. So there is vector A 5 Newton, vector B 12 Newton, resultant in 13 Newton. We have to calculate theta angle. So we can use this formula, and theta is 90 degree. You can write. Now our next topic is product of vector. So let's start our next topic, product of vectors. So there are two ways. So we can take product of vector. First is dot product, and second is cross product. Product means multiply. So we can multiply two vector in dot product and cross product. There are two types of product of vector. First is dot product and second is cross product. Dot product is called scalar product, and cross product is called vector product. Now we are taking first dot product, and we are parallel to taking cross product. Dot product and cross product. There are some rules in dot product. First is A dot B is equal to B dot A. This is the first rule. Second is A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. Third, A dot B plus C is equal to AB plus AC. AB plus AC. Fourth is M is a constant with vector A. This is all the vector A. This is all vector A. This is vector A. So M can be separated and AB can be multiplied. Vector A multiply vector B. One of the most important rule, I dot I is equal to 1, J dot J is equal to 1, K dot K is equal to 1. This is the K, I cap, J cap, K cap. I J K is the direction. We know that vector are the quantities which have magnitude as well as direction. Definition of vector is state, vector are the physical quantity which have magnitude as well as direction. And we know that there are three types of direction, x, y, z. X direction is represented by I cap, y direction is represented by j cap, and z direction is represented by k cap. So these are the direction I, j, k, x, y, z. I dot j is 0, j dot k is 0, k dot I is 0. It means if the direction is same, so its magnitude becomes 1, and direction is different, then its dot product becomes 0. Second is cross product. A cross B is equal to not B cross A. There is a change, A cross B equal to B cross A, but opposite direction. Because cross product is vector product, here direction is important. Formula A cross B is AB sin theta. This is the vector. Here I cross I0, J cross J0, K cross J0. Here I dot I1, J dot J1, K dot K1. But I cross I0, J cross J0, K cross K0. But I cross J is K, J cross K is I, and K cross I is J. This is the cycle. Here I, J, K. I cross J is K. I cross J is K. J cross K. J cross K is I. K cross I. K cross I is J. So this is the cycle. We can remember with the help of this cycle. And IJK is the direction. It is the unit vector in the direction of X, Y, Z. So this is the rule of dot product and cross product. You can easily understand with the help of example. Now we are taking some example. First of all, you have to write this theory. Now, for better understanding, we are taking an example. Question is, find out dot product of vectors 2i cap minus 2j cap minus 3k cap, and second vector is 4i cap plus 3j cap minus 4k cap. These are the vector we have to calculate dot product. Now we have to find dot product. So let this is vector A. Let this is vector A. Vector A is equal to 2i cap minus 2j cap minus 3k cap, and vector B is equal to 4i cap plus 3j cap minus k cap. So we have to calculate dot product A dot B. Vector A dot B. So vector A is 2i cap minus 2j cap minus 3k cap, and vector B 4i cap plus 3j cap minus k cap. Both are the vector. Vector A, this is vector A, and this is vector B. So in dot product we have to multiply only I cap with I cap. So 2 is multiplied by 4. So 2 into 4, this minus 2 is multiplied by 3, minus 2 and 3, and minus 3 is multiplied by minus 1. So 2 4s are 8, minus 2 3s are 6, minus minus plus 3 1s are 3. So this 8 plus 3, 11, minus 5, 11 minus 6. So 11 minus 6 is 5. So magnitude of A vector B, magnitude of A vector B, vector A dot vector B is 5. So this is dot product. Now we are taking second example. So question is, proof that vector, this is vector A 2i cap plus 3j cap plus k cap, and vector B 2i cap minus 4j cap plus 8k cap are mutually perpendicular. We have to prove these both vectors are mutually perpendicular. So we know that when the vectors are perpendicular, then its cross dot product is 0. Remember the point. If dot product, this is vector A, this is vector B, is 0. If dot product is 0, then vectors are perpendicular. Perpendicular. This is the condition of perpendicular. Now here given vector A is 2i cap plus 3j cap plus k cap. Vector B is 2i cap minus 4j cap plus 8k cap. We have to calculate A dot B, vector A dot B. This is called dot product. So vector A is 2i cap plus 3j cap plus k cap, and vector B is 2i cap minus 4j cap plus 8k cap. So we have to multiply 2 multiply by 2, 2 into 2, j multiply by j, so 3 multiply by minus 4, 3 multiply by -4, k multiply by 8, so 1 multiply by 8. Now 2 to the 4, 3 4 the 12, with 8 1 the 8, so 4 plus 8 12, and this minus 12, 12 minus 12 0. So vector A dot vector B is 0. It means both vector are mutually perpendicular. It means vector A and vector B are perpendicular. Both vector are perpendicular. This is the condition of perpendicular. You can write. So dot product is clear. Now we are going to start cross product, or cross product is also called vector product. So we are taking an example. If vector A is equal to I cap plus 2j cap minus 3k cap, and vector B is equal to minus 2I cap plus 3j cap minus 5k cap. So then we have to find the value of A cross B. We have completed dot product. Now we are going to start cross product. This is called a cross product, and modulus of vector A cross B. So here vector A is equal to I cap plus 2j cap minus 3k cap, and vector B is equal to minus 2I cap plus 3j cap minus 5k cap. Now we have to calculate A cross B. This is called a cross product, and we know that cross product is vector product. We know that cross product is vector product. So it can be calculated by with the help of matrix. It can be calculated with the help of matrix. So matrix, there are matrix 3 cross 3 matrix. We have to write I cap, j cap, and k cap. Then we have to write magnitude of A. Magnitude of A 1, 2, minus 3. 1, 2, minus 3. Then we have to calculate magnitude of B. Minus 2, 3, minus 5. Minus 2, 3, minus 5. Now we have to solve this matrix. This is called a matrix. Now we have to solve this matrix. We have to determine the value of matrix. So first of all, write I and escape the row of I and column of I. This is the row 1, row 2, row 3. This is called column 1, column 2, column 3. So we have to skip row and column. So remaining is we have to skip row and column. So this is row, we can skip, and this is column. So remaining is 2 minus 3, 3 minus 5. 2 minus 3, 3 minus 5. Then we will use j. So I is positive, so j is negative. We are taking alternate sign. Now we have to skip j row and column. So remaining is 1 minus 3 minus 2 and 5. 1 minus 3 minus 2 and 5. 1 minus 3 minus 2 and minus 5. So this is positive, this is negative, again positive. So we are taking k. So we have to skip row of k and column of k. So remaining is 1, 2, minus 2, 3. 1, 2, minus 2, 3. This is 1, 2, minus 2, 3. 1, 2, minus 2, 3. So now we have to solve only this matrix. We will get answer 5 to the 10 minus as it is, minus 3 3 the 9 and minus plus minus j, 5 1 the 5 minus 2 minus 3, so minus plus 3 2 the 6. Then k 3 1 the 3 minus 2 to the 4 minus as it is, so minus plus. Now 10 minus and 9 plus, so 9 minus 10 minus 1, so minus 1 I cap, minus 5 and minus 6. This is -5 and -6, -11. Or this is also minus, so minus minus plus 11. J cap 3 plus 4, 3 plus 4 7, so 7 k cap. This is called A cross B, vector A cross vector B. Now we have to calculate modulus of vector A cross vector B. So modulus can be calculated with the help of under root. So this is 1, so 1 square. This is 11, so 11 square. This is 7, so 7 square. Now square of 1 is 1, square of 11 is 121, and square of 7 is 49. So 49 plus 150, so 121 plus 50 is 171. So modulus of A cross B, vector A cross B, is 171. So here I think you are capable to understand cross product calculated with the help of matrix, and this is modulus calculated with the help of square root. So you can write